So apparently the battle that I've been seeing here is T4 only. I didn't know. I wasn't been updated. I just log in and play, and I saw some battle, so I started fighting. I used T5. Unfortunately, it's only a T4 battle. So that was my previous video. So I looked into Valorant. Someone tell this idiot Shinchi no T5. Dude, just message me. Just tell me, hey, no T5, easy. But see, the type of players that we get to meet in these type of online games are like this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch from having Spring Wardens into League of Order. So one of the things also is that I've been thinking about it, like switching. Because with the new system that the game developed, this turret system, it is pretty much done. You can't play as Cavs and, you know, try to attack the keep no more. There's really no much more fun. They really ruined the game by adding the turret system. I think the barricades was really fun, but by adding the turret system, it just destroyed the game. I think the game is going to go downhill because of that addition of the turret system. So, you know, no one's perfect. You know, I make mistakes, you make mistakes. What is nice about with DYB is that, you know, the leadership. I mean, I don't know about the players. I think some players were talking bad about me also. But the leadership, you know, quickly messaged me, hey, you know, we're having a T4 war. And I said, sorry, I made a mistake. You know, he's like, it's cool, no worry. He knows I'm, you know, not very much updated with everything right now. I'm just taking the break from the game for this whole season. So I said, no worries. I'll switch into League of Order, and I will be using my flying units to work on the mage in here. So I'll be coming out with a T4 mage. Look, this game, people are very extremely toxic, and you can see the true you know, players in the game and how they are because they're able to mask their identity and they aren't able to show who they are really by being a keyboard warrior. So the thing is that all you got to do is send a message and say, hey man, you're coming out with a T5, can you bring T4? Say it in a nice way. It's like how hard it can be, right? But like I said, people in this game, being their identity being hidden, they're able to be brave and be brazen. Like, send me a DM. They won't even send me a DM. But see here, we're just gonna go and change factions easy. Make sure no legions are currently being trained in your city. So we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna finish up the trainings in here. It's easy. We got a lot of speed ups. I haven't been speeding up in a while in here, so we'll just speed this up out of nowhere. So we'll do that. And make sure that you have nothing inside. I also have T5 ready. I don't know if I want to collect this one though. You can see my I think that's infantry that I have got ready in here. I should not set up a training in here, but we gotta finish this all up in here. Let's do a 60-minute there. Man, we have accumulated so much speed ups in here. So next season I will definitely try to be more active. It's just like, man, sometimes you just need a break from the game. All right, so now nothing in here. We're now going to switch into League of Order, and we're gonna start getting our Celestials back. Like I said, the Spring Warden, I said this before that this faction is good, but now with the turret system, I don't know what type of development that they've done in here. It really, I think it ruined the game with the turret system. I think it's one of the worst. I lost interest really with some of the few updates that the game did, and you know how expensive it is already when you have to work onto your pets. I think that's really dumb and so expensive. And then now with the turret system, I think that made it even worse. That's why I kind of lost a little bit of an interest in here. I can't, you know, the Cavs are not as like the function that how I want the Cavs to be from the early stages of the game wasn't there no more. It's like really hard to get into those keeps no more with the turret system. So I'm going to go for the League of Order, changing faction in here. So we should be getting flying units that are mage. So let's hit next, and this is it. Let's click next again, and let's click confirm. And now we have changed faction to have a T4 mages in here, because I don't have any more T4 mage because I converted all of the normal mages. So now I'll have a flying unit. I think the flying Cavs are, you know, it's really fun in the what is this thing called? It is fun in the Roots of War, but I think in this type of gameplay, you know, it's not as fun. All right, so we're gonna go for Celestials in here. We'll still wreck them though. I mean, we'll still wreck them. T4 in here. Wonder they felt so easy. Earlier, there were a bunch of freaking T4s earlier. But we're still gonna do good though, because you know, knowing how to play it, as long as you don't get ganked in here, you're still gonna do good. But yeah, man, this game is expensive. I think my last video I mentioned it's like if you got $10,000, you can play this game, and you can be relevantly strong. And if you don't, it is gonna be quite expensive. All right, let's use our artifact. Hit this guy. He's out of position. All right. Back out a little bit. Oh. Don't accidentally attack the Darklings. Somebody is making some mistakes in here. Boom. There we go. So this time it is T4 Celestials. All right. I don't have any Vestials, unfortunately. So let's take a look. We did pretty decent trades in here. 4.5k already right away. That's pretty fast. All right. So I think they're kind of afraid of trying to push forward in here. Let's get into battle in here. This K or S, he's probably going to be eliminated here. Oh man, I'm taking a lot of damage right now, but we are not being targeted. Backing out. Backing out. So the Celestials are really good. When you switch to Celestial, you know, League of Order, I mean, basically you'll get like double mage now. So I'll have my T4s in here and that are flying units. I wonder how much merits I can get with one march in here with T4. I have not played T4 in a while. All right, let's see. Get into battle. All right. Hysteria. But you know, one of the thing is like that kind of drives me a little bit like mad about like people in this online, you know, it's like people will say nasty things so easily. I typically don't say it first. People typically do it first before I do. You know, I've always been trying to be nice, but people likes to poke the bear or poke the person. They like to, you know, instigate just because you're a public and you make videos online and they think they can say anything to you. But see, the thing is, like, you know, if you dish shit, you gotta make sure that you gotta be able to receive it as well. So with these people, man, I just couldn't imagine what they are in like real life, man. If they act like this, you know, I've seen on the chat like whoever. You know, I think this Amazon Prime said something about me being idiot or whatever. I'm like, come on, man. Like, you don't make mistake. Like, you're perfect. Like, how are you, like, so good? Like, you're not, you know, you're playing this game just the same as me. You're not anybody more special than anybody, right? It's like, it's just a game. Like, people need to chill out. They take this game way too seriously. It's like, they think it's their life. And, like, that's kind of sad. Like, you know, for me, ever since even when I was doing Rise of Kingdoms, I don't think about it as my life. I always think about like, man, what is next that I can do, that I can get out of making these videos and stuff and do other things, and like what other opportunities out there in life, man. And at least, man, I was trying to do something that will find in progress. You know, for some people, they're like so delusional into the game, and like they think, you know, the game is their entire life and the persona that they put in. Like, whenever I make my videos, we don't do persona, we just do how we are and how I am. And you know, of course there are times where I will get pissed off, and of course I will you know, I'm just human, like you bleed, all right, and I also bleed. We're the same. We're nothing different in here. So you can see how I survive in here very long. I wonder how much merits I've accumulated already. We'll just do one march in here. Let's see. We're gonna eliminate this one. All right. So yeah, I have not really been very active lately. It's just, you know, it's just the game is like, you know, the more you play, the more you can get engaged to eventually like spending more into the game. And this game is like, it's a money pit. It comes out to where like, oh, it seems like really good for the free to play, but at the end of the day, you know, as long as you play it, you're gonna be like, okay, now I want this thing. Now, okay, now if I don't get this thing, what's gonna happen? Oh, I want more of this thing. And then you're gonna try to be like, okay, I'll spend just a little bit. I'll just spend this little pack, and then eventually you'll end up like, oh my god, I've already spent like thousands of dollars into the game. And I'm like, man. So you guys got to watch out whenever you guys are playing this game, and like, you know, your long term, you got to think about 3, 4, 5 years, and like, what is it in it for me 3 to 5 years stop looking at short-term gain, short-term outlook. And I think I had that when I was like in my, when I first started like the RTS gaming, like when I was 26 years old. And since we've been doing this for a while, we hit 30s, I think the mindset have changed. I think we've grown up a lot more than before. Before I would say, hey, if I play this game, I'd be like, hey man, this is such a great investment into it. But no, it's like it's a waste of investment. Play this on your free time. You don't gotta die for it. Some people do. Of course, the leadership, they do, and I've done that. And I think it's part of, like, if you're still young, maybe in your mid 20s, maybe, yeah, it's fine. You can take a chill on that, but try to make sure that you find some time to allocate into your future success. I always wish anyone in here that are watching the channel to be more successful and be more successful than we are, and achieve greater things. So, if you watch this video, play the game, have some great fun, but at the end of the day, walk away from it. Be able to walk away, because it's not going to define who you are at the end of the day. And it's just for fun. It's just for your free time. Instead of watching TV, you'll go play the game. That is completely acceptable. But if you're spending 24 hours glued to the game, there's a problem. There's a problem with that, because then you're not moving up. You're not progressing in what you're doing. Like, yeah, maybe if you're trying to do something that can generate revenue using the game, yes, that may be acceptable. But if not, no, it is not acceptable. So hopefully that will inspire some people to do other things beside, focus on the game. Like I said, play the game, have some fun, but at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you're focused on the other things outside of life that you got to do. All right. Not everyone is fortunate enough to have like so much money in the world, and maybe grew up with like daddy's money or mommy's money. Right. So just keep that in mind. So we're almost pretty much like dead here though. So let's see. Let's see. So I told you guys I'll survive long. All right. So now we're red. Let's see how much merits we get. All right. The report has not sent out yet. Let's camp and then hit back. Oh, is it? So we got 24,000 on the merits. Not too bad, right? Let's see. 24,000 on the merits with the T4. Not bad at all.